Hello and welcome to my channel. My name's Sherry if you're new here. And if you're new here, like I said, welcome to my channel. This is my grief journey. I have made it's either 25 or 26 videos regarding my grief journey. I started doing this in December, and I do this for me. It helps me. And I feel like it's helping me to heal. And if I can help anybody else, then that's just an added bonus. I would invite you to go back and look at some of the earlier videos. It's my grief journey #1. There's a whole playlist of my grief journey. So I'd invite you to go look at those. And if you like any, give me a like. Subscribe if you want to, or comment. I enjoy reading the comments. And to anybody who has been following me, welcome back. I have a lot to tell you, okay? And let me move this camera that the light's kind of, that's okay. All right. The first thing I want to say is, I'm trying to fix this camera so that you don't just, there we go. And my cat's here again. The one I said that's never on camera. She's been on 2 now. Anyway, I wanted to say everything is doing good over here. It's been above freezing all day. It got above freezing, probably around noon. And it's been not massively. It's been in the high 30s or low 40s. And it's back into the 30s now, but we're still above freezing. But it's supposed to drop back by about 9 o'clock. We're going to get back into freezing. And that's okay. That's okay. The worst I know is behind me. I did not get out today. I was going to try to venture out, see how the roads were and this type of thing. But I didn't. My road is still covered in ice, okay? I haven't seen a car on this road in 4 days. And I live, not only my road, but then I live in the country. You got to go down several back roads to even get to my house. And so that's what I'm worried about, is all those back roads. Once I get to the main one, I'll probably be fine. But I do work tomorrow night. I don't work tonight. I work tomorrow night. And hopefully it'll be okay by then. But I think it will. I think I'll be fine. But anyway, again, like I did yesterday, I wanted to thank everybody for your prayers. And, God is good. And He took care of me. So, and I'm feeling good today. I did want to tell you something that was so cute today. Yes, you hear a cat crying. I don't know what she's crying about, but she's over there crying. Anyway, I'm sorry. I typically see birds. I typically see a lot of birds, Well, it's been below freezing for the last 4 days. And I felt sorry for them, because every now and then I would see a bird, and I know it was looking for food. And I felt sorry for them. And I felt sorry for the deer, too, because I would see the deer as well. But I didn't have any deer corn, so I couldn't feed the deer. But I did today. I went out with some bird seed. And I put some bird seed in the feeder. But then I dropped some, a big amount, and it was just on the snow, and I was like, whatever. So I just, there was a lot of bird seed out there for them. And I mean to tell you, I got a bunch. I looked out there, and there was probably 25, 30 birds just flying around, and it was so cool. It was like, those birds were hungry, and I fed them, and they were, But the funny thing was, when that was happening, my cat was looking out the window, and my cat was wanting out, and I was like, nope, You're not going out there. We're going to leave these birds alone. Let them eat. But anyway, that just something I thought I'd throw out there that I enjoyed. But as far as everything else, been doing pretty good. Been doing okay. You know, I haven't. I think I've been doing really good because everything's gonna be okay. I don't have any pipes that are busted. I don't have to replace pipes. I don't have, everything's okay. As soon as all this cold weather's gone, everything's gonna be fine. I don't have to crawl up under my house and repair pipes that I was kind of scared to do. But anyway, everything's okay. I'm going to be fine. I'm going to go back to work tomorrow. And so everything will be all right. But I did want to tell you, and I told you on the last video, actually I thanked all of you. I thanked everybody for your continued supports. Continue to watch my videos. I still don't understand why. I don't know why anybody's watching my videos, but I'm thankful that you are. I'm thankful that I can come on here and I can feel like I'm talking to friends. So thank you for that. Thank you for being my friend that I don't see, that I don't know, that I don't. But thank you. Thank you. It means a lot. Like I said yesterday, it just means so much to know that I'm making these videos and somebody's seeing them. Somebody's watching them. Somebody somewhere cares about what I say. And along those lines, I saw somebody today on my Facebook that she's very new in grief. I believe I don't know if it's even been a month yet since her husband passed. And she was saying that she just cannot clean out his closet. She can't do it. And she was wondering if that's normal and all this and everything. And I told her, I said, I'm no expert, but I will tell you, what do I always say? It's okay to not be okay. And as far as getting rid of clothes, that's a very personal thing. Some people get rid of it, boom. Some people keep it for years. And I told her, myself, I packed up my husband's clothes on day one. And with the exception of some shirts, my grandson came over and he wanted some of his papa's shirts. And with the exception of that, and his coveralls, his son got his coveralls because they're insulated coveralls, and his son wanted those. He was the only one that could have worn them because they were the same size about. But my point, all of his clothes, I boxed them up on the first day. They are still sitting in boxes in my bedroom. And I believe I said that in another video at one point. But I thought of it today because of this woman who was having trouble in that. And I let her know, I'm 16 months in. I still have his clothes in boxes. And I've thought many, many times. In fact, when I very first did it, I did it to take them to Goodwill. I've thought many times since, I'm going to take them to the Goodwill. Anytime I get close, anytime I have moved those boxes from the bedroom into the living room, thinking I'm going to carry them out to the car. Anytime I move them, I generally fall apart. And then I move them back. A couple days later, I move them back. And I've just said to myself, I'm just not ready to get rid of them. I don't know why. I don't even think it's about keeping the boxes in there. It's about the fact of taking them and getting rid of them. That's what I just can't do. I can't do it. And I did mention this in another video. I do remember it. I do remember that I mentioned it, because I said if I ever do take them to Goodwill, the guy that takes them out of the car, I know I'm going to fall apart. So I'm not doing it yet. I'm not doing it. Those boxes aren't hurting a thing. They're not in my way. They're in a corner. They're not in my way. So they're not hurting anything. And I don't know. I don't know why I cannot get rid of them. I can't do it. And like I said, I know that I mentioned this in another video, because I mentioned that he has a shop, that I've only been out in his shop 3, maybe 4 times in 16 months. I need to get in that shop. I need to go through it, and I just can't do it. I just cannot do it. And so it's just sitting there. It's just there. I need to go out there. I need to do it, but I just haven't. And nobody, as far as going through his things and that, nobody's offered to help me with stuff like that. And as far as his shop, I could use some help out there. I could use that. But again, I don't ask. So, and I don't know if it may be that like his kids just don't, they haven't even thought about it. They haven't thought about what I'm going to do with it. I guess they don't want to just assume that anything, so they just don't. Everybody's, I think they don't want to hurt my feelings, and I just don't want to mess with it. I just don't want to do it. And I think, as we all know, in grief, there's so many triggers. There's so many things. And I'm going to try to say this without crying, but I can already tell it's coming. His shop is a trigger for me. It is. That is something that he loved. He loved going out there. He built little log cabins, miniature log cabins, and little churches, and he which I have them all over this house. Hold on, I'll try to show you one. He'd be proud. Hold on just one moment. Okay. All right, I'm back. Now this one, I can tell you that 2 things have happened to this, but this is a church. All right, this does have a problem. The cross on top busted. That busted after he passed, and I'm not one that can fix. That can probably be fixed pretty easy, but this right here, this chain, there was a bell there. Well, guess what happened to that? One of my cats got to play with that bell and knocked that bell off, and I cannot reattach it. But this is the church that one of the churches he made. I'm going to try to move the camera so you can actually see there's a little bench, and there's some flowers over here. But I'm going to show you. I'm going to take the lid off. Most people don't realize that, but I'm going to move the camera again so you can see the inside. Wait a minute. Whoa, I can't get the inside. There we go. There you can see There's some pews. There's the altar. There's a little, on this side's a little fireplace. Anyway, I know I didn't show you perfect because it was kind of hard to do. But anyway, this was his hobby. This is what he did. And I'm going to, hold on just a minute. Let me go put this back. Okay. All right. And he also, that one was a church, but he made them all look like log cabins. He also just made them look like, made a log cabin. And I've got plenty of those too. But I'm going to show you this one. This one is this very, very, very special. I wouldn't take nothing for this. You couldn't offer me. I would not sell this one I'm fixing to show you. When he was sick, he was in the hospital in October. Why did I say October? In April. He was in the hospital in April. And when he got out, he had a little burst of energy because they had him on some steroids. And he went, and I'm a big, big, big Little House on the Prairie fan. I love Little House on the Prairie. That's my show. Well, prior to him going in the hospital, this was Little House on the Prairie's 50th anniversary that year. And they were having all kind of things all over the place. Well, I was making plans to go to one of them. Well, when he went into the hospital, I canceled all that. I was like, I ain't going to be able to make that. And it really didn't matter that I wasn't going to the Little House on the Prairie thing. I mean, his health was way more important. But when he got out of the hospital, he had that burst of energy. And he went out to his shop. And anybody that watches Little House on the Prairie is going to automatically know he made me this. And this is the Little House on the Prairie cabin. And this means so much to me because he made it just for me. He made it because he knew that I was wanting to go to that thing and that he got sick and I couldn't go. But honestly, I didn't care that I couldn't go. I didn't. But this is so special because I didn't know he was going to do it. And he just surprised me with it. He was going to do the inside. He never did. He never was able to do the inside, to do the inside. So the inside is not, it's not furnished and all that like he normally does them. He did say this one would have been hard because he would have wanted to make it exact. But anyway, it's very, very, very special to me. It means a lot. And I don't know why I wanted to show that to you, but I did. I set it down. Oops. Okay, sorry, I was getting a message. But anyway, I really don't know why I got onto all of that, but, and anybody that watches my videos knows that you've seen me laugh, you've seen me cry, you've seen it all. And, and I still get tearful. I have the tears from time to time, definitely. But I smile too. I laugh. I smile at different things. Like today with the birds, I was smiling saying, "Oh, you would have loved this, honey." And I believe, this is my belief, you might believe something totally different, and that's fine. This is what I believe. I believe my husband is with me all the time. I believe I know he watches over me. I know he's with me. And that's what I believe. And if you don't believe that, that's fine. But don't take that away from me. Okay? That's what I believe. I believe he's with me. And I believe that that, like the birds, I believe he saw it. I believe he was looking at it. I believe he saw it. And believe me, he has a better view than I do. He can see a whole lot of things that I can't see. And but there are times when I'll just suddenly get a thought in my mind, and I'll think, okay, he put that thought in my head. He's, I just feel that connected to him. I know that we're still very connected. He's still with me, and I know that I will see him again. And again, that's my belief. Okay, that's what I believe. I believe I'll see him again, as well as my other family members that have passed. Okay, this video's getting long, and so you know me, I always do that. But anyway, I've already said it's okay to not be okay. I mentioned that. But grief is a journey. Grief is a journey that never ends. It does not end. It changes as time goes on, but it does not end. And for anybody that thinks it ends, they haven't lost anybody. They just don't know. And but the love never dies, and that's what I was talking about a while ago with my husband. The love never dies. The love is still there. And I still love my husband, and I know he still loves me. Our love is still there. He's just not physically here anymore. And the other thing I always do in my videos, try to think of a positive today. Try to think of one thing that's positive. And I think the thing that I will say is that today, the big positive was that we got above freezing for longer period of time than we have in 4 days. So that's my positive. And definitely my blessings. I have so many blessings. So many. My big blessing is that I didn't have pipes that busted, but there's so many, God has been with me, and I've had so many blessings these last 4 days, and but I'm talking about just going through this storm, but there's other blessings. I mean, I had food to eat. I was never hungry, and I had a way to cook it. And, so when you start counting your blessings, you realize what you have instead of what you've lost. And it's really, really easy to dwell on what you've lost. And believe me, I've done it. There are times, and I know that anybody that has lost somebody there's been times where you just are screaming and crying, and why? And and interestingly enough, I'm going to say this real quick before I end this video, because I brought that up. People say that anger is a part of grief. I haven't really gotten angry. I have just asked the why question, okay? I haven't got angry because I know that my husband was sick, and I know that by God taking him, God helped him. God took him out of his pain. So I'm not angry about that, and I know why he actually. I know why he died. He was sick. I know all that. The why that I always question is, why does this keep happening to me? Why do I keep losing people in my life? To the point that I don't have a lot of people in my life anymore, to where I'm alone. And that's the part I can't figure out. And maybe I'm not meant to know. I mean, I'm not trying to question God. I'm really not. But there's times that I do say, why does this keep happening? And, but, I mean, my mom, my dad was 70 when he died. And my mom was 73. Both of them had gotten sick. My brother was only 52, but he got cancer. And once he was diagnosed with cancer, he only lived a month after that. And then this video's getting really long, and I don't think I wanted a video this long. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to get into all of that. So I'm just going to end this video now and tell you, everybody have a very blessed day. And just, and I'm doing a lot better. And I go back to work tomorrow night. So yoo-hoo, Amazon's going to be up and running again. Because they've been closed down here for a while. But anyway, everybody have a very blessed day. And I will talk to you either tomorrow or the next day.